So this is another update about my wife's situation. If you followed my channel, you probably know that my wife had a stroke. One morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I've seen my wife completely paralyzed on the floor, crying. From there, we discovered that she had a stroke. She had two major blood clots in the arteries leading to the brain. And today I'm going to update you about her situation, and also I'm going to tell you something unbelievable that happened to me this week. You're not going to believe when you hear this. And I have very exciting updates about the supplements I'm be using for her stroke. So I think you're going to like it. Also about NMN and fish oil and omega-3. For the first time in those updates, I'm going to put the intro. Let's begin. Welcome to the Wellness Messiah podcast. I'm your host, Rimon. Okay, let's begin with something that is unbelievable that happened to me this week. Originally, my wife and I are from Israel, and we relocated to the UK because of her medical condition. Why does this matter? Because we don't have family here. We have friends, amazing friends, but we don't have family. And we needed all the support that we could achieve. And some family members came to visit and support my wife by visiting and helping us during this time. Because, we need any support that we can get in this critical time. One morning, I wake up and I see a message in my phone, an urgent message from the family member who came to visit and support. He said, "Rimon, you have to come to my house immediately. I need your help now." So instead of going to my wife's hospital, I went to his house. And when I entered the door, I couldn't believe what I've seen. He had an accident inside the house, and I've seen an ambulance taking care of him and deciding which hospital he needs to take him to. This person had a very serious accident, and all I can think of is, this is not happening again. I'm pinching myself. I cannot believe that now we need to deal with another person going to a hospital. And from here to there, he was hospitalized in a different hospital, and he actually needed surgery. And again, all day long, I'm thinking to myself, this is not happening. Are you kidding me? So this family member, and I won't say his name because he may see this video and get angry with me. His name is Morris, and Morris made a mistake and got injured. So now we have my wife and Morris in two different separate hospitals, and we need to visit both of them. It's almost like a comedy or tragedy, I don't know what to say. So even though I say it with humor, it is the truth. We had to deal with two family members in two different hospitals, and all of us from a foreign country. Crazy week. And by the way, if you too want to support my wife and I and want to come to visit us in the UK, and instead of a hotel you prefer to sleep in a hospital, please give me a heads up. Maybe we can check before which hospital serves the best food for you, or what kind of accident is best for your situation. And maybe I would suggest that you stay home. Updates about my wife. So now we are 6 weeks since the stroke event. And my wife's neurological condition improves slowly and gradually. And after 5 weeks, finally she was moved down out of the ICU. It's a good sign. It suggests that the doctors think that her situation is getting better. So as we transferred out of the ICU, now I can see more of my wife. And they gave me a passport that I can come at any time that I want. So naturally, instead of visiting my wife, I'm making YouTube videos. Additional updates about my wife. Previously, I said that after 2.5 weeks, for the first time, she smiled. And now, two things happened. First, the smell came back to her. Another amazing thing that happened is that she began to kick with a paralyzed leg. But for the first time, she managed to use the right side of her leg, the upper leg, not the calf muscles. They are still paralyzed, but now she can kick me a bit. And now we are doing exercise every day to strengthen this area. So these are amazing news for me because this shows prospects for the paralyzed right side. And we have the World Cup right now in Qatar, and my wife is very concerned, not about her situation, about how I'm going to lose the games. So this is my wife. She always thinks about somebody else. Now about the supplements that she's taking. I said that there are two exciting updates. In the previous video, I complained that she doesn't receive any omega-3. My biggest frustration at this point is with the lack of omega-3. I spoke multiple times with the clinical dietitians, two of them, and they don't have the government regulation to allow my wife to receive omega-3. So she receives no omega-3. And imagine that the brain is built of omega-3. The brain needs omega-3 to create new neurons. And we know from studies in humans that omega-3 supplementation improves clinical outcomes of strokes. So why wouldn't they give her omega-3 in some way or fashion, adding that to the formula or whatever? But at this point, I cannot provide my wife with omega-3. So on the one hand, I'm very pleased with the medical staff. On the other hand, it's frustrating to think about things that could help your wife to recover, and you feel like the focus is first and foremost for her to survive, and there is other things that I feel that could help. But I don't complain. We have an amazing team of medical staff here. I'm not complaining. I'm just wishing for her to swallow very soon. I'm going to keep you updated about that. Well, after speaking to the dietitian and 2 doctors to give this approval, the fish oil, and it's very high quality fish oil that I bought, is now approved to administer to my wife. She received fish oil twice a day, but she cannot swallow it, so she received the fish oil through the gastronasal tube that go through the nose to the gut. And that was actually a few days before she began kicking. And when I came to the ICU in the first week, I spoke to the doctor about fish oil and omega-3, and he said to me, in the 12 years I've been working here as a doctor, I never seen anybody using fish oil or omega-3, so don't bother. And apparently bothering does help if you bother others. So I continued to bother, and now she has fish oil and omega-3. So despite all the bureaucracy on all the legislation, still we managed to approve this fish oil. The last update is about the NMN. It could be a situation that this month I may be able to give and administer to my wife NMN with approval. I still need to get a permission for that. But this very exciting. It could be that the NMN experiment with my wife's situation is going to take place, and I'm going to show the improvement possibly that takes place after the administration of NMN. So I'm very excited about the prospect of that. And of course, this whole NMN banning situation doesn't help to my spirit. I really want to take NMN and to give it to my wife for a long period of time. So I hope I would have no obstacles to do that, and I really want to share this experiment with you. And I think that could be an excellent experiment to see the impact of NMN on neurological regeneration. And I want to share this experience with you. Last thing about this whole experience. One of the things that you really feel every day is blessed. And it sounds counterintuitive, but what really happens is that all the people who have loved my wife her entire life, they channel her love through me. I am the channel to that. In addition, I'm exposed to your feedback as well and your support, and it makes me feel so connected and belong to something that is bigger than me. So I do feel blessed a lot of the time. And it's kind of weird to say that, but that's really how I feel. And it's also a good time to say thank you so much to all the patrons who also support me financially at this point. So thank you so much, and you must know that you give me a huge boost of energy and support.